So this next dream is called Birthday, and it's from Teresa, am I right? Yes. So Teresa says, I dreamt it was my birthday, and and two of my friends were going to put together a small dinner party for me. So birthdays and dreams are usually going to be about well, they are about your birth, but they're going to be about your life purpose, because that's a very much in our focus when we're born. And the party for you is about celebration for you coming here to achieve your life purpose. It's all about life purpose. Nothing else is really important. Now, the only negative there is you say it's a small party for me. So you're not celebrating your life purpose the way your guides would like you. They want it to be a big party. So anyway, here's what's interesting. What are your abilities, Teresa? You've often seen me many times saying 2 in dreams is very common for somebody who's a channel. And what she already said, that 2 of her friends were there. Then she says, there was so much food to prepare that we broke it up into 2 pans on 2 different stoves, and the 2s continue on. So we know channeling, we expect channeling to show up. And if it didn't show up in any other way, all these 2s are enough to say channeling is one of your things. But it continues on anyway. 2 different stoves, and planned to mix it all into 1 pan. When it was done, I took over 1 pan, and someone else, a male I don't know in waking life, took over the other. So we have a male and a female, another channeling thing. Again, 2, a couple. It turns out that each pan took on a different flavor. So we have 2 flavors. So we decided not to mix them, but just serve 2 separate dishes. So again, 2, 2, 2, 2. So channeling is one of those things that requires male and female energy working in harmony. So in the last dream, for instance, we know that we need to balance the male side because it's holding us back, because it's needed for channeling. Anyway, his had green curry in it, and mine had a stir fry. The green curry was shown in a close-up. At this time, my friend Elizabeth handed me a present. And I put an exclamation mark there myself, because why did Elizabeth hand you a present? And that's a calling card for a guide. So I wrote to her and I asked, tell me about Elizabeth, because I didn't want to just blurt out, oh, Elizabeth's a guide, did you know that? And what she wrote back is interesting. So I asked her, what are the positive traits of Elizabeth? And she said, Elizabeth, I've always thought she was a guide visiting Earth. Very good. First word is that she is so positive. She is compassionate, empathic, quirky, sense of humor, fun. She's also psychic and doesn't realize it. She sees connections between things without knowing how she knows. She owns a winery and is very sensitive to the various spirits that visit the place. By the way, glad you're doing the show again. And she wrote lots of other nice things about the show, myself, Heidi and Susan, and thank you for that, Teresa. So anyway, you already know she's a guide. So she's always in your dreams. She's always going to be a guide, and she's going to tell you what you need to do. So guides, one of the things they do is they try help you to discover your spiritual gifts. So they hand you a gift in the dream. And why? Because, and it's usually wrapped, because they want you to open your gifts, discover them. And that's, so what does she give? She handed me a present that she'd wrapped in a cylinder shaped container. So a cylinder is another symbol for channeling. You can see these in my book, How to Interpret Your Dreams. Wrote it in 2007. It's quite an extensive dictionary in it. So cylinder, because it's open at both ends, a channel is somebody who's open at both ends. They have they're conscious in the spirit world and conscious in the physical world. So have a foot in both worlds. So a cylinder is a common symbol for channeling. In it were 2 pairs of glasses. So here we go with the 2s again. It's hilarious, really, isn't it? 2 pairs of glasses. So we know because of the glasses that clairvoyance is one of your abilities. You had to assemble them yourself. They each had 2 lenses with frames around them. Okay, so the 2 lenses again, so more 2s. And you have to assemble them yourself. So you have to unwrap this and put them together yourself. So you have to build and develop this ability yourself. And that's fine. Now, I do remember, if you're the right Teresa, you gave a dream before where you had an Indian man sitting on top of a mountain with a huge glass window behind him. So you say your friend Elizabeth sees connections and doesn't even know she sees them. So I think you've got that too, because the native Indian guy, especially when he's a guide in a dream, like he was in your dreams, they're very in touch with things and see connections that we've lost the ability to see. So you've got that. So you have a strong intuition and you have this strong channeling ability as well. But you got to work on it, put it together yourself. And then what else do you say? You had to assemble them yourself. Okay, that's fine. The frames were different styles, so we have 2 styles. And she said she wasn't sure which I would prefer. I liked both. I'm looking to see, did I skip anything? I feel like I skipped something. I liked both quite a lot, so I asked if I could keep both of them, and that's really good. So you did like both. So this is typically not what happens in a dream, where we see what our ability is and we go, oh, I don't want to do this. But here in this dream, you see what your ability is and you like it and you want to keep it, and that's really good. So she shows you what your gift is, you unwrap it, you open it up basically. So you're meant to open your ability and use it. Now the earpieces, that's what I had skipped. So the earpieces say that you also have clairvoyance. So you have 2 styles of channeling, clairvoyance and clairaudience. So there we go. Now you also say, the mood throughout was upbeat. This is a comment. The green curry may pertain to a question I'd had the previous day regarding using more turmeric, which contains curcumin, as does curry, to help reduce pain and swelling from fibromyalgia. And I channeled on that and they say, yes, your guides say, yes, do indeed do that. And they also told me about a doctor friend of mine who works with rheumatism, and I know fibromyalgia is not really rheumatism. It doesn't fit right into that box. But he's worked with patients of his specifically using a new herbal remedy for that. So I'm going to send you the details to get in touch with him. I don't know if it's something you can buy over the counter or not. So that's why I'll pass you through to the doctor. Anyway, really good. Start channeling, Teresa, that's what you're meant to do.